What's up? Been a minute since we kicked it. You've been caught up with these bitches. I don't get it. You're a star of love. It shouldn't have to be like that. That's not the song for the day. But as I came on saying what's up to the family, that is what came out. Once you come on in, my foot is itching, y'all. Must mean I'm walking in my power and my purpose, because my foot is itching. It must mean I am walking in my power and in my purpose, and things are aligning on my behalf. Since I do not have my Palo Santo up here, we're going to say, yeah. That's what we're going to do. Yes, definitely when you come in, say what's up. Say what's up. Hey to y'all. Y'all, literally my foot is itching. It's so random. But I love it. I'm going to say it means I'm walking in my purpose. And the path that I am on, where I'm placing my feet, is solid ground. It is divine ground. And it is in alignment with what I want. Make sure when you come in, you say what's up. This is DRA's Diary, episode 4. And I really want to get it in quick. I got a client. I got 2 clients that I have to get on the phone with in just a little bit. But I want to make sure that I maintain this momentum. I got a song for y'all. What you won't do, do for love. You tried everything, but you don't give up. In my world of only you, make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. That's the moral of the story. If you are doing anything that is not in alignment with your love, this will cause you to fail. If you are doing anything that is not in alignment with your love, with your internal expectation, with your internal validation, you will fail. So I'm going to tell y'all a quick story that has to do with my volleyball life, right? Before I get into it, let me greet y'all. Peace, Eileen. Peace, Dakila. Peace, Big Goat. Peace, Shauna. Peace, O'Shea. Peace, Will. Peace, Hathor. What's up to y'all, right? So, what you won't do, you do for love. And anything that you are doing that is outside of your love will cause you to fail. And I want to tell y'all 2 stories of success and failure of mine that pertain to my life as a volleyball player, right? And I don't want to take too long on this topic, but at the end of the day, when your expectation of self is based off of the expectations that others have placed upon you, or it is based off of the expectation that you perceive others to have of you, you will live in fear and you will fail at life. So I'm coming on here right now to tell you all, the family, which whom I love, that what you do for love. And if there's any action, if there's any activity, if there's anything that you are doing out of a need for external validation, if there's anything that you are doing from this external place of expectation, you will fail. And I know that from experience. So I want to tell y'all about my first story, not my first experience of failure, but one of the biggest experiences of failure that I had as a young adult. So I played college volleyball at an HBCU. Shout out to South Carolina State in Orangeburg, South Carolina, which before I went there, I did not know was one of the places with the most crime, right? The most, America's Most Wanted people. At my school, on my school's campus, was it on the campus? Students at my school, back in the day, there was this thing called the Orangeburg Massacre, where white people, KKK people, came and killed 3 black men, 3 black young men who went to my school. So before I went there, I didn't know that I was going to a place with such culture, with such, with so much history, right? So I played college volleyball at South Carolina State in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And my first 2 years there, my first 3 years there, I excelled. And I excelled because I didn't have any pressure. I didn't have any external validation that I was seeking. I didn't have any external expectations that I felt like I had to live up to. I was doing everything for the love of it. Living for the love of you. So I was excelling. I was being great. I was being my best self as a volleyball player. And then my senior year comes. Well, actually, let me backtrack. I come in as a freshman, naive, unaware, ready to have this new adventure. And when I get there, I realized that I was better than I thought, right? So I had no expectations of how I was going to show up or what college volleyball was going to be like. But when I got there, I ended up realizing that I was better than I thought. And I became a starter my freshman year. My freshman year, I started in every game. Got freshman of the year, freshman of the month, freshman of the week, received so many accolades as a freshman volleyball player. Going into my sophomore year, I ended up winning player of the year. Not just at my school, but within my conference. Within the conference, which is the MEAC, Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Within the MEAC, I ended up winning player of the year, my sophomore year. My junior year, I ended up winning player of the year again. I was shocked, y'all. When I tell y'all I had no expectations, I didn't even know that this was a possibility or that this was actually happening, but it happened. I won these awards. And I won those awards because I was doing it and I was playing from a space of love. And then my senior year comes. And now I have these expectations. Now I have all of this external validation that I didn't necessarily ask for, but I received through obtaining and winning those accolades in years prior. Okay? And so my senior year, instead of me playing volleyball for the love of it, I'm playing from a state of fear. I'm playing from a state of fear because I've won these accolades 2 years ago. I mean, for the past 3 years, I've won a specific accolade. And so that means all eyes are on me. Okay? Not only that, I'm a senior, and seniors are supposed to show out. Seniors are supposed to be the ones who know what's going on. They're supposed to be the ones who got it. Okay? So my senior year, instead of me playing from a place of love, I played from a place of fear. I played from a place of expectation and external validation. I play from the mentality of, can I still prove my worth, my value to these people who I'm playing against, to my coaches, and to whoever these people are that determines who the winners are. And so my focus, my mind was on external validation. My mind was on external expectations. And so my senior year came and it went, and we went to the MEAC tournament yet again. And when we get there, instead of me winning player of the year again, I lose it. I failed. Or what I perceived to be failure at the time. And so I say all of that to say in that story is that whenever you are not doing something for the love of you, whenever you are not doing something that flows from you, just because, without the need for external validation, without the need for of caring about external expectations that may or may not have been placed upon you, if you have this mentality, you will fail. And you will fail in so many different areas and aspects of life because what you are doing is from a state of fear. Am I good enough? Am I worthy enough? Am I deserving enough? And that's the energy that I had shifted into in my senior year playing volleyball, college volleyball. The energy that I had shifted into was, can I do this again? It's my senior year. I done won all of these awards. Are people going to see me the same way? I started caring about what everybody else was thinking and saying and all of that, rather than just doing what I love and having fun, enjoying my last year as a college volleyball player. And so I want to talk to y'all about where we cultivate this mentality of needing external validation, where we cultivate this energy about caring about external expectations. And this type of mentality, this type of belief, this type of thought process actually starts in childhood. It starts in childhood when you really believe that your parents' joy and happiness is based off of what you are doing. Okay? When you truly believe your parents have joy and happiness when you bring home them A's. Right? And I want to tell y'all that that is an illusion. There is nothing that you can do that truly determines one's happiness and one's joy. But of course, as children, we really think that, and we try our best to bring our parents joy and happiness. We even so much so self-sacrifice and go against ourselves because we want our parents happy. Some of y'all still do that right now. Some of y'all still to this day, as a grown-ass adult, will go against what you want and what you need to make your mama happy, to make your father happy, to make your partner happy. And if you keep that people-pleasing energy up, ultimately what will happen is you will fail at life. You will look at your life and be like, what the hell have I created? And you will do this because the entire time that you've been creating, you've been moving, you've been manifesting, has always been from a place that wasn't flowing from your love. What you won't do, do for love. What you won't do, do for love. Only things that you should be doing are things that flow from your heart, that flow from your love. Okay? That's the only things that you are supposed to be doing, are things that are flowing from within you, without the concern, without the care of other people's opinions and perspectives on it. Because you got to understand, we live in a world of polarity. There are going to be people who are rooting you on, and there are going to be people who want to see you fall. And regardless, if your mind is focused on that, you're going to fail. Because that type of mentality is a fear-based mentality. And a lot of times it comes from being a child and doing something and seeing our parents find joy, and we're like, oh, I got to keep being great. I got to keep on doing this because that makes my mom happy. And if it makes my mom happy, that means she's proud of me. That means she loves me. Okay? And then at the same time, there's the opposite side of that. You don't do something that your parents wanted you to do. You don't succeed in the way that they think you were supposed to succeed. And then they're angry, they're mad, they're whatever. And now you feel bad about that. And now you got this traumatized mentality about that. You will fail at life if you do not stop focusing on external validations and external expectations. When you shift to just doing things from a space of love, of openness, and wanting to learn, this is when you'll succeed, right? So my senior year of high school, I get recruited to play on a club volleyball team, right? Club volleyball is similar to AAU basketball, if y'all don't know, right? Club volleyball is where you're on a team, you practice during the week, you play games on the weekend, you travel all around the country playing against other teams. I got recruited to play on a club team, meaning they found me some way, somehow, and they said, hey, we want you to play for us. You don't have to pay for anything. And because it was so foreign to me, because it was so new to me, I didn't feel any expectation, and I didn't need any external validation when I was in that space. Because I was like, how could they expect something of me if this is my first time ever doing this? I'm totally new to this. I have room to learn and to grow. And when I came at that situation with the mentality of there's always room for me to learn, for me to grow, for me to expand, and that I'm really just doing this because I love the sport and I want to, and I just want to do it. It's a part of what I love doing. I succeeded. I started on the team, right? I got all of this external validation, all of these awards, all of these accolades, all of this appreciation because my mind was not on that. Do y'all understand? The more you focus on continuously learning, growing, expanding, and doing what brings you joy, doing what brings you peace, doing what allows you to experience bliss and ecstasy, you'll always win. You'll always win. But even what I realized when I failed, right, when I didn't reach a goal that I wanted to reach, I even realized that that was an opportunity. It was an opportunity for me to realize that, one, whenever things don't manifest the way that you want them to manifest, whenever things don't happen the way you want them to happen, it's an opportunity to look into your psychology, to look into your vibration, to look into your beliefs, to determine if the thoughts that you've been having is even in alignment with what you want, right? Because you got to change your mind. You got to change your mind. You got to change your perspective. You got to change the facts and the beliefs that you have created surrounding you and your life. And so when I didn't win Player of the Year my senior year of college, when I've won it 2 years prior, when I didn't win it, I recognized the power of fear. And that was such a powerful lesson. See, some of y'all think that because you don't win something, because you don't accomplish something, because you don't receive something, that you really lost. Appreciate the love. Shine bright. Love you, sis. Some of y'all think that you really lost because something didn't pan out, because the relationship ended, because you lost your job. I remember getting fired from a job. I was working at a school. I got fired from a job at a school. The system itself really actually set me up, because they put me in a badass class with badass kids, and I don't do disrespect, right? Let's just say that. And I ended up getting fired from the job. Oh my God. I was so heartbroken in the moment. I couldn't believe that was happening to me. I'm like, what? I'm getting fired? I've never gotten fired. And it was a job that I actually enjoyed at that time. And in the moment, I really felt bad. I really felt like a failure. I really felt like I let down Dream, because we were together. Did we have KJ? I can't even remember if we already had KJ. Either I just got pregnant with KJ. I think I was probably pregnant with him or something like that. Don't know. But I got fired from a job that I really liked, which we could perceive as failure. But when I reflected back, again, I realized it was an opportunity. One, it was an opportunity for me to be where I really needed to be. Because at that position, I was bullshitting. And I really needed to be in a higher space, making more money, having more responsibility, impacting more children's lives at the time. Okay? So y'all got to understand that when something doesn't work out, when something doesn't manifest, it's a part of the process. It's an opportunity for you to learn what's going on within your mind, within your energy, within your emotions. When I didn't win that Player of the Year in college, I had an actual understanding of how fear manifests. I was afraid of not living up to these people's expectations. Y'all got to understand, people were always coming up to me. I had little girls that would come up to me after volleyball games and be like, oh my God, can I take a picture with you? Oh my God, can you? That was the type of hype that I was receiving as a college volleyball player. I would have coaches after every game come and talk to me and tell me different things. And so I had a lot of weight, a lot of pressure on my shoulder to rise up to this occasion. And I had so much of that I lost focus on what it is that I love, which is simply playing the game. Okay? But in not succeeding, I was able to learn about expectations of other people. I was able to learn about fear of failure. I was able to learn that I had something within me that felt like I had to be successful in order to receive the love that I was given, right? And it goes even deeper than that. I can talk about how that even manifested in my relationship with my father. Because he didn't come to my college graduation, but he for sure had pictures all on Facebook of every accolade I ever accomplished, but you ain't bring yourself to my graduation. Okay? So I say all of that to say, family, if you are still seeking and searching for external validation and your actions are based off of other people's expectations of you, this is going to lead to failure. Now, failure is not a bad thing. Failure is an opportunity for you to realize some of the internal belief systems that you have that are working against you. When something doesn't work out as planned, it's an opportunity for you to get clear on what it is that you really do want. It's an opportunity for you to understand that, one, you get to choose what it is that you want to create in your life, what it is that you want to manifest in your life. And if something is showing up that is not in alignment with that, you get to make an internal adjustment to align with what you do want. And so once I realized, I was all external, I was really caring about what people were saying, and I was all in my feelings about it. Once I realized that, I went on to graduate from college a couple of months later, and then I pursued professional volleyball. And when I went into the professional volleyball space, I was able to reset my expectation because I had already experienced failure. I had already experienced not living up to these expectations, and I turned out to be okay. It hurt in the moment, trust me. Like, after the whole ceremony and all of that stuff, I went back to my hotel room and I cried a little bit. I had to talk to some people about it, get it off my chest. But after I did that, after I had that experience of failure, I was able to reset my own internal motor. I was able to reset my own internal expectation. I was able to give myself validation. And so, like, right after that, I started telling myself, like, you damn good. Like, you're great. Like, you've had a great tenure. You have had such a great college career. Like, you have set records. And it's so amazing because just last year it came out in the media that my conference did a top 50 volleyball players of all time in the conference. And I made it into that list or whatever. The list is not in order like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just top 50. Like 50 people, 50 women, 50 young women who did the best whatever in their time. And I ended up making that list. So I say that to say, even when you think you fail, even when you think you are... See, failure is only when you quit and give up. See, I could have had that experience and just been like, you know what, I'm done playing. I'm throwing in the towel. That was my last college game. I'm going to be done with it. No, I pursued I'm so blessed. I pursued a professional career, got a contract, and played in Germany after that. But see, the issue with a lot of y'all family is that you experience failure, you experience that one no, and you stop thriving. You stop striving. You stop going after what it is that you want. Why? Because there's not somebody saying, good job, you got this. Ooh, I'm rooting for you. Because you're not hearing those cheers physically. Because somebody's not validating you. Because you didn't reach this expectation, now nobody has any expectations of you. And so you stop. Since nobody's cheering you on. Lesson learned. It's a powerful one. Because I'm telling y'all, it's all fear-based, y'all. All of this stuff is fear-based. And the fear is, am I good enough? If I put myself out there, are people going to like it? Are people going to accept it? Will I succeed? Am I worth winning this right now? Have I put in enough work to accomplish this? And I'm telling y'all, when you have those ideologies, when you are having those thoughts and you are letting those thoughts stop you from showing up fully, that is when you fail. But even when things don't happen the way that you want them to happen, whether it is, for me, I was playing a sport, or we could even say it was a job, it was work. Because you gotta be showing out if you want to keep getting that money, getting that scholarship, right? So even if it's a job, even if it's a relationship, even if it's a business, whatever it is, if you don't get the results that you were wanting, there's still something to learn and extract from that. And that's what you have to keep in mind. You have to ask yourself, okay, this didn't work out. How can I be better? What's next? What do I need to... I heard something so powerful today. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. And this is what I want y'all to know. Your external life will grow and expand the more you grow and expand. Your personal business will grow when your personal development grows. When you grow as a person, this is when things in your external world will also grow and expand. I heard that today from my business coach. And I was like, And understanding where your efforts, your drive, your motivation, your inspiration, understanding where that comes from and making the adjustments necessary, that's a part of growth. I had to realize that I was doing a lot of stuff just to say, people say, good job, Desiree, good job, D-Ray, love it. And I'm telling you, that came from a childhood experience of not being told I'm great, I'm worthy, I'm awesome, just because I exist. It was, I excelled at a volleyball game. I excelled at a basketball game. I sang in the choir. I got A's. So I would get all of that praise, all of that validation when I did something physical. When I did something physical, I would get all of that praise and all of that validation. And so that is how we sometimes become people who seek external validation and who understand that there are external expectations placed on us, and we strive for those external expectations. We thrive off of the external validation. We are fueled up by the external validation. So you need to check that little child within you, the inner child. You need to check that part of you, and you need to ask her. You need to ask him, why are you doing what you're doing? Is this something that flows from within you? Is this something that truly brings you bliss? And see, volleyball right now to this day still brings me bliss, still brings me joy, happiness, excitement. Coaching it and playing, even though I had to put down my whistle, put down my shoes, I had to let it go for now. But it's something that still brings me bliss. So you got to ask yourself, is what you are doing something that flows naturally from you? Is it within your energetic imprint? Is it a part of who you are? What you won't do for love. All that you do, you should be doing for the love of it. You know, when I was playing my senior year, they're mowing the lawn out there, so I'm about to get off of here soon. When I was playing my senior year, it was not for the love. My perspective had shifted to, I got to do this because so many people are watching me. I got to do this because I've won this and this and this in the past, and I'm expected to win it again right now. I'm expected to win this again right now, so I need to do it for that. So, and that's where I was coming from, and it wasn't for the love. And that is what manifests in failure at life. So I'm grateful for that lesson. I'm so grateful for that lesson, because that lesson taught me the importance of only doing things that I love, only doing things that truly flow from me, and really having that understanding, okay, in all aspects of life. So I want y'all to take that with y'all. Talk to your inner child. Talk to your inner self. And really get clarity on what it is that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Because I know a lot of y'all feel like you are not doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing. And that can feel like failure in itself when you're not doing the things that flow from your heart. That feels like, that feels like failure. Okay? But I want y'all to know that failure is what you make it. And so if you're not living a life of purpose, of passion, of love, if you're not living that life, then this is the opportunity for you to ask yourself why. This is the opportunity to ask yourself, is what I'm doing in alignment with my soul mission, my soul purpose? Okay? This is the opportunity to ask yourself that. Whenever things don't happen the way you want them to happen, you need to ask yourself, okay, what mental, emotional blockage has manifested in me not receiving this award, has manifested in me not receiving this accolade, in me not manifesting this business, manifesting this car, manifesting this relationship? What within me has stopped that from happening? You need to ask yourself that. But before you experience all of that, one of the greatest things that you need to ask yourself is, what do I love? What do I enjoy? What brings me joy? What brings me bliss? What brings me excitement? What makes me feel good to my soul? You need to meditate, sit down and ask yourself, what have I been brought here to do? What is my purpose here? Your purpose is going to be directly connected to your passions. Your purpose is directly connected to your place of power. See, if you're not being powerful, meaning you are not impactful, meaning when you do whatever it is that you do, it's not having an effect on your world and the people who are in your world, it's probably not it. Okay? It's probably not it. The work that you should be doing should be work that is powerful, that is impactful, that is purposeful, that is passion filled, and that leads to your prosperity and abundance. Okay? So, the only way you fail at life, family, is if you are only striving for external validation. The only way you fail at life is if you are only doing things to live up to an external expectation. Okay? But even in those moments when you fall short of whatever it is that you are wanting to accomplish, even in those moments, I want you to know that those moments are indeed an opportunity. An opportunity for you to assess your feelings, your thoughts, and your actions. And you ask yourself, how do these things align with what is pure, what is true, what is organic within me? All right? So that's DRA's Diary episode 4. I've had experience with failure, and it all stemmed from needing external validation and external expectations. All right? So y'all get out of that vibration, get out of that energy, tap in with yourself, and you'll be exactly where you want to be. Peace, family.